Yes, indeed. A Friday edition of the show. All across America on SportsMap Radio. All over the world on the SportsMap Radio app. I am Jason Page, and I'm so glad you're with us tonight. We got a busy night ahead. It's always a busy night, though. Busy 3 hours ahead as we get you ready for the weekend. Come on. Stanley Cup final gets going tomorrow night. Talk about that coming up in this hour. No, maybe next hour. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. Dennis Bernstein's going to join us, though, from the fourthperiod.com, SiriusXM NHL Radio. He is covering the Stanley Cup final for them. What channel is anybody know what channel the Yankee game's on tonight? Is it on like Apple? Does Apple TV have the game? I hope Apple TV has the game. Otherwise, I'm getting blacked out tonight. I live 2 hours west of Los Angeles in this town called Palm Springs, California, right? And as a result of that, I get screwed because I am considered in the Los Angeles market, even though I live 2 hours from Los Angeles. So if the Dodgers are playing against anybody I want to watch, I can't watch. Can't watch any Dodger games out here. And YouTube TV doesn't offer the local sports channels. So I can't watch Dodger games. Which is just kind of ridiculous. So I might be missing out on the Yankees and Dodgers tonight, which really irks me. I'm really not happy about it. Let's see. See if I'm hoping right now. I'm hoping beyond hope that I can watch the Yankee game right now. I'm literally looking at the channel guide right now to see if I can watch. Nope, I can't watch the Yankee game. How is that possible? I get the Guardians and Twins. The incomparable Charles Carter is our producer engineer working the show tonight in Houston. He'll be keeping me company for the 3-hour sojourn that is the cash in. And we're going to learn something tonight. We are going to learn tonight, does anybody in our audience actually like hockey? Because I do an interview with Dennis Bernstein every week talking about hockey, especially during the playoffs. We're going to find out tonight, does anybody in our listening audience actually like hockey? And here's how I'm going to find out. We're going to use the text line for this. 888-670-8549, 888-670-8549. If you plan to watch the Stanley Cup final, I want to know who you are and where you're listening to us tonight. We'll call it a little sports social experiment. And let me know, who do you like to win? Panthers, Golden Knights, a very unlikely Stanley Cup final, much like the NBA final. We have a very unlikely NBA final. It's a very unlikely Stanley Cup final. And you know what the amazing thing about it is? And I will very rarely talk hockey on this show, but there's no NBA game tonight. I'm not going to beat the dead horse that was Denver thumping the Miami Heat in Game 1, the Miami Heat that I've picked to win that series in 7 games, and I still think can win that game in that series in 7 games. I'm curious to watch this Stanley Cup final because I don't think we've ever seen a Stanley Cup final quite like this. You have 2 goaltenders, okay, starting for their respective teams. Neither was the starter at the start of the postseason. Both of them were the backup. I mean, imagine if you had a Super Bowl. Imagine if you had a Super Bowl and both of the starting quarterbacks were the backup quarterbacks to start the playoffs. You'd think it was nuts. Couldn't possibly be, right? Well, that's what we have going on in this Stanley Cup final between these two teams. I mean, it's goofy. It's absolutely goofy. So I will be very interested to see what we wind up with in this series and which quarterback regresses. That's the interesting question. Which quarterback of the two potentially reverts back to what they have been, which led them to be backup quarterbacks? That backup quarterbacks, backup goaltenders. That I am very interested to watch. So, you know what I'm going to try watching tonight, Charles Carter? Because I can't get the Yankees because I'm blacked out because MLB blackout rules are a joke. You know what I'm going to watch tonight? Do you have Apple TV, by the way? Yeah. It's T-Mobile. Let me guess that it's T-Mobile. Really? AT&T? Wow. Because T-Mobile gives this is why I keep telling people, and I don't get paid a dime by T-Mobile. I don't get paid a penny by T-Mobile. I pay my bill. I pay my bills. I pay my bill every month to T-Mobile, so I don't get anything free. I can show you the bill. Trust me. It's high. T-Mobile gives you Apple TV. T-Mobile gives you MLB.TV. It's free. It comes with your plan. This is why I keep telling people the greatest steal in the world. I think I even get like Paramount Plus from them. I get so many freebies from T-Mobile. If you have you have to have a certain plan. Like you have to have a certain level of plan. Like I don't think you can do it on the prepaid. You know, if you're cheap and you're just like paying $20 a month, you ain't getting it. But there's so many freebies with T-Mobile. That's the reason I keep them. It's not any particular thing on the service one way or the other or anything like that. It's about this. It's about the ability to get Apple Plus. So I get Apple TV Plus. I get the MLB.TV package. I get, if I was a soccer fan, football as they call it, I get MLS. I get all the MLS games. I mean, you can't beat that, Charles. I'm serious. I mean, I'm not trying to scare you off AT&T. I'm not trying to take away, if AT&T wants to come and sponsor this show, hell, jump on in. The water's warm. The early bird gets the worm. Isn't that the saying? If one of those big fancy cell phone providers, one of those big wireless companies wants to jump in, be a sponsor of the Cash In, maybe the brand new TV show we've launched, the SportsMap. Yeah, you can. I'll talk up whatever you want me to talk up. But I gotta say, as somebody who does not have a sponsor for a cell phone provider on this show, I gotta push people to T-Mobile because I've used them. I've been using them for 8 years, I think. And when I travel overseas, I get free. I get free roaming, like data and stuff like that. When I travel internationally, can't beat that. Just saying. Yeah. I know you're on a budget over there, college grad. Dynamite drop in. Dynamite drop in, Monty. Those broadcast lessons really paid off. Anyway, yeah. No, go ahead. No, please jump in. The water's warm. Yeah. Okay. Boy, we are just killing it in this opening segment tonight. This is what you have to look forward to. So Dennis Bernstein will join us from the fourthperiod.com, SiriusXM NHL Radio, from Las Vegas for the Stanley Cup final. We'll get some thoughts with him. We will also be joined by our friend Jerry Bonkowski. It's Friday, and that means NASCAR. We will talk with him about this week's race. We'll recap a little bit about last week's race, our weekly NASCAR spot with Jerry Bonkowski of NASCAR.com, Auto Week, and Auto Racing Digest. I have to get all three in, otherwise I get caned. And we'll keep an eye on the baseball tonight. Justin Verlander pitching in a bit of trouble for the Mets tonight against the Blue Jays. Verlander has struggled. Boy, did the Astros know what they were doing, huh? They got the last drop out of him, wrung that towel, got the last little bit of it, and then he goes to the Mets. And, well, he's only given up one run tonight, and they're in the top of the sixth inning. So I can't crush I can't crush that kind of outing. The Mets got to put some runs up on the board at home tonight against Blue Jays, and they just haven't been able to do that. Pirates just wrapped up a win against St. Louis tonight, 7-5. Pirates still hanging in there in the NL Central. They started out really well. They were like 20-9, and they've gone into a bit of a tailspin since, as Brian Kenny, who was on the show, sort of predicted would happen. He kind of gave us the heads up that Pittsburgh didn't have any staying power, but they're still hanging in there in an NL Central that seems like it's kind of up for grabs. AL Central and NL Central always seem to mirror each other, don't they? Yeah, both of them seem to kind of mirror each other. All right, we got a lot to do. Stick around. The cash-in continues. The telephone number, 1-800-224-2004, 800-224-2004. You could text the show, 888-670-8549. The text line is open. You watching the Stanley Cup final? 888-670-8549. Who do you like? Who's going to win? Stick around. More to do on this Friday, getting you ready for the weekend. It's the Cash In, SportsMap Radio. I'll say what you want, but don't play games with my affection. This friggin' game is not on anywhere. Shit. Do me a favor. I don't know if you've done it yet, but retweet the thing, but don't do it yet because I'm going to I have to change the date. God damn it. Update. Hold on one second. I got to kill